Please.
Okay, the producer asked me to talk about Rav Kook. Now, Rav Kook is not living anymore, and we don't even know if his influence is still living, because I would say that he was a tremendous Baal Regesh, an emotional person. And he wrote things he was feeling Ruchnius, feeling Kedusha, feeling the closeness of Hashem. And he was writing according to what he was feeling. And what did he paskin halacha l'maisa, what to do? It could be we know, it could be we don't know. There are different gearses, there are different shmurs, different rumors, different sources that say different things. Whatever you want to say, he was definitely a tzaddik. Of course, you have to always remember what Rav Nachman Breslover says in the Sipur Maises, that there was such a thing in one of the stories as crazy tzaddikim. How does he say? Mishugoyim, is that how he?
Mishugoyim, they mix the dust.
Mixed dust and
one dust you come tzaddik, and one dust
when they walked over it, and then there's dust that made people tzaddikim, and when they mixed the two dusts, came out tzaddikim mishugoyim. I mean, there is. I don't think it's so nice to use the word mishugo and Rav Kook, but I would say confused. His tremendous emotions led him in different directions, and he definitely made mistakes. There's a video that's available that you can find it on the internet, where you see Rav Kook and Rabbi Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld. They went into some great minister, or who was, I don't know who it was, but like a long line of people went in, Chosheva people went in to say shalom to this great Messiah that came, maybe was from England. And Rabbi Yosef Chaim and Rav Kook both went into him to greet him, to say shalom aleichem. So you see, when Rav Kook came out, you see the look on his face. He's looking around, turning his head from side to side, and he's grinning, and he's feeling so good. And Rabbi Yosef Chaim came out, and you see the look on his face. No, so what? As if you can't hear what he was saying, but it's like saying, no, so what? You see the difference. Rav Kook was looking at, like, things are happening in the world, changes are happening. The British conquered Eretz Yisrael and drove away the Turks, and we're making progress, and things are getting better. And there's Kedusha all over, and every nation has sparks of Kedusha in it. Isn't it great that I was able to greet this maybe it's called the High Commissioner, and he's glowing. Rabbi Yosef Chaim he's like the practical, the rov, the posik. Like he's saying, it's as if he's saying, is this what's going to get us closer to Avodas Hashem? Is our limud Torah going to get better? Is our kiyum mitzvahs going to get better? If yes, so good. If not, so no. And so what? And what's a sar? What is it? A goish kesar. Hayam kanu mocher b'kever. So what? And that's how he's looking at it. And you see the difference. That's the difference between the two drochim. Now, I don't know. I said in the beginning, it's very Rav Kook's derech. What was his way? If he would today see those that follow him and those that go in his ways, would he say, this is what I meant? I don't know.
Although, Rabbi Kaplan, one thing, since you mentioned this about the people that claim to go in his ways. Hello?
What did you say?
About you mentioned the people that claim to go in his ways. You know that he wrote at least two, such strong letters about going on Har Bayis. And now comes this Rabbi Melamed. If he was alive today, he would tell us to go on Har Bayis.
Oh, very good. So you see, how could somebody say such words? If he was alive today, he would. You know, why does this Rabbi Melamed say such things? Because he thinks that Rav Kook stands for nationalism. That means to show that we Jews have power over here. To show we have a state, we have something of our own, and we're somebody, we're a nation, and if we're not going to go into Har Bayis, so what are we? And where's your power? Where's your army? Where's your nation? Where's your atzmaut? So definitely, Rav Kook would have said that you should go into Har Bayis to show your independence. And these people that say that, they take this part of Rav Kook and they make it as if that's the main thing what he wanted. Independence, nationalism, a state. And that's the most important. So that's docha the issue of going on the Har Bayis, because we have to conquer the Har Bayis. Definitely, that in halacha there definitely is such a thing. In order, if you have the power to conquer the Har Bayis from the goyim and build at least even not a Beis Hamikdash, just a mizbeach, makrivin afa b'shein bayis. It says you definitely are allowed to go up there betuma hakomodim in order to conquer the place and be makriv korbanos. But who says that just showing that we have power, just showing? And we know the truth that we don't have power. The world is stronger than us. And we can't go up there and show that it belongs to us without bloodshed. Yeah, without bloodshed from the Arabs. So that means we don't have power. So who says, but just to show that we think we have power, and maybe that'll bring that someday we'll be able to conquer the place and go there. Who says that's a heter? Gedolei Yisrael say that's not a heter, because Rav Yashiv said it's also. I mean, I don't even know if you need a Rav Yashiv for that, but he definitely said it's also. Shimon Peres came to visit Rav Yashiv to hear from his mouth that it's also to go into Har Bayis. So, I'm saying like this, and those that made nationalism a ikr in our life, they can't understand how could it be, and Rav Kook was like the idea of nationalism is keilu, it comes from Rav Kook, and I think nationalism means that it's important that we have something, to have something. It means there's India, and there's Pakistan, and there's America, and there's Iceland, and there's who knows what, and there's Luxembourg, and there's Israel. Wow, amazing. We're a nation among all the nations. We have a team, a soccer team. We could send them to play against Spain, against Brazil. We're somebody. That's important. If that's important, then you can walk on the Har Bayis. So Rav Kook said you can't walk on the Har Bayis. But that was before we had that we have something on Medina, so you can't block us, so you definitely can't. That's how his mind works. Now, my criticism of Rav Kook is, I don't believe that he meant all that. He didn't mean that. He didn't mean to say that you could take nationalism so far as to be matir Isser because of it. But my criticism is that the Toldos Sam, what came out of his Talmidim was such a person that could say such a thing, that if Rav Kook would have lived, he would have said such a thing. That's a tain on him. That he gave a michshel, he put a mokum litos in front of the Talmidim Shaloshim Shu called Zorkon, and they are able to say such a thing. And I think, and I'm not one to go dig into the hidden ksovim that are left. We know that his son, and this I heard from my brother's grandfather-in-law, that means his wife's grandfather, that he was a Talmid of Merkaz Arav, and he said that he has...
Can we say his name, Rabbi Kaplan?
Yeah.
Can we say his name?
His name was Rabbi Avram Gurovich. Rabbi Avram Moshe Gurovich. He has a son, Rabbi Avram Gurovich. This Rabbi Moshe Gurovich, he came from Lithuania. He learned in yeshivas in Lithuania and Slobodka. He came to Eretz Yisrael and he learned in Merkaz Rav. Now, I myself heard him say that he has ksovim of Rav Kook. And he's not going to put them out because he doesn't want to fight with Reb Tzvi Yehuda. That he said that these ksovim are censored, that you can't put them out. Now, I'm not one to go digging into what it says there and what he wrote and what are his secrets, but I see you can see the results in nowadays, 80 years after his p'tir. I think now it's 80, more than 80, maybe 84 years. After his
82.
What?
82.
82 years after he died. You see those that they say that they're his mamshichei darko, they're continuing in his ways. Look what they look like now. I don't mean to say they're not from Adrabah. They are. Now the yeshiva Merkaz Rav is a very frum yeshiva, and they learn good over there. They probably are Talmidei Chachomim over there. And I'm not saying. My question is, let's take this example what the producer just mentioned, a person like Rav Melamed, that he's able to say that if Rav Kook would have been alive, he would have said you can go in Arabais. I saw other things that Rabbi Melamed wrote. I think he wrote against he was mezalzo in the Chazon Ish, that the Chazon Ish was against the heter mechira of Shemitah. Now, what brought him to be mezalzo in the Chazon Ish? The fact that Rav Kook made this heter mechira. So that gives him a right to be mezalzo in the Chazon Ish. At least, let it at least be a suffix that Rav Kook said one thing, the Chazon Ish said different, he was against it.
Rav Kook, did not himself use the heter mechira.
Oh, Rav Kook didn't use the heter mechira. But you can't really bring
what about
rise
the
from
Indian,
that.
how do you call it? Achrayut alumi.
Oh, so Rabbi Melamed said that the Chazon Ish didn't have achrayut leumit, national responsibility. He didn't worry about what the nation is going to do. How's the economy? I mean, there was not yet a state in those days. I guess the Jewish economy, how's it going to run if you're going to keep Shemitah? That's what the Chazon Ish was missing. Now, the Chazon Ish was not missing